Sidewalks north and south. Yeah, so it's kind of deep for sidewalk here.
Yep, I put that along the south side.
So this is a multi-use pad. It's designed to be
Ties in well blended on the east end too, and I just finished that project. That's the intent. Multi-use paths in general are intended for either walking or bicycling.
So right now it's one construction season. It starts spring of 2028 and goes through
29, I think when it starts.
the bridge. The bridge through a whole wrench. So they were there for like 2 years. Well, yeah, I think they were. Well, I mean, this is the third. They're still out there, right?
She says November. I said, what year?
Fair question. Yeah, I mean, this is the third construction season they've worked on that project. I mean, they're cleaning it up now, but they're still out there.
It's still there.
Yeah. So, there were some major issues with the bridge that caused issues with the. Yeah, but it's still frustrating. So this one is here. This is the existing right of way line right here. So they're doing anything. No, we're not acquiring any additional property. So this work here, I mean, we are putting not how big on property. It looks like it's more or less kind of this on here.
I don't know. I can go get one.
I have a blue one actually. Sorry. They go like this. So this is the sidewalk here. Yeah, so that's on the sidewalk. This is just a delineation. Yeah, this is the sidewalk. Sidewalk would be people. All right, so you're not going to take any. No. So this would be the back. This is the existing. We're going to have to do right away engineering to make sure that they don't be contact because they want to buy a property. But yeah, so like this is like gravel. Yeah, even we're just gonna tie back in, tie right back in. Here, here. Yes, soil against southern.
Tying in either like 4-to-1 or 3-to-1 slopes as best we can. So it looks like on this one we're able to tie it really quick here off the sidewalk.
all the way down here.
Well, especially at Delmy, it's a huge road.
This goes up. Down.
So yeah, it looks like on this side we're doing a little bit of return stuff. Yeah, so yes. So I think if this is going down, we're probably, I would think we're probably grading down here.
This is lower there. This soil is lower on the side.
Right, so we're probably having to grade down to tie in here. So that's how we're play here. So although we're trying to keep the 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 slopes as best as possible, trying to make it as flat as possible so there's no crazy steep slopes.
That's what we're saying. There's going to be utility relocation. Utility's going to be we're arranging to work. NIPSCO is one. I don't believe we cannot specify that they go underground. The city would have to pay them. The poles are on you. You're right here. presentation here. All right, my name is Josh Iddings. I'm the Environmental Project Manager with American Structure Point. We're working with the City of Portage on this project. It's the Central Avenue Phase 4 reconstruction project. The format of this presentation, we have a short pre-recorded presentation that's about 15 minutes we're going to play here tonight that will be live streamed on the city YouTube page, and that will stay up for 90 days. We'll also archive the video link to the presentation on the project website, structurepointpublic.com/centralav, and that will stay up for the 90 days as well. All the materials you'll see here tonight, so the roll plots, the typical sections, the plans, the presentation will be on the project website. So if you've got friends, family, whoever may be interested in this project, you can direct them to that website for more information. There's also a direct link to put comments. Fill out a comment, and that goes directly to the project team for consideration as part of the development project. We thank you all for coming out, and with that, I will play this short video.
Welcome to the public information session on the Phase 4 project of the Central Avenue Road improvements. My name is Austin Vata, and I'm proud to serve as the mayor of Portage, Indiana. Phase 4 is located along Central Avenue from County Line Road to Brant Street. As part of this project, pavement rehabilitation would occur from County Line Road to Edgewood Street, with full reconstruction from Edgewood Street to Brant Street. It represents an important investment in our community. Our goal is to improve Central Avenue so it can better serve residents, businesses, and everyone who travels through this area. Tonight, you'll hear more about the proposed improvements, the project timeline, and the benefits this project will bring to the City of Portage. We also want this to be a conversation. Your feedback is an important part of the process, and we encourage you to ask questions and share your thoughts with our project team following the presentation. Thank you for being here and for your continued engagement in helping shape the future of our community. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the project team. From the City of Portage, we have Sandra McDaniel, the Assistant Director of Planning and Community Development for the Portage Redevelopment Commission. From American Structure Point, we have Gina Sessions, Project Manager, Matt Oyer, Lead Project Engineer, Josh Iddings, Environmental Project Manager, and Preeti Samra, Senior Environmental Specialist. At this time, I'll turn it over to Gina from American Structure Point to walk us through the presentation agenda.
Hi, I'm Gina Sessions, and I'm Project Manager with American Structure Point. The presentation will cover the purpose of today's meeting, the project location, and the purpose and need for the project. We will also review the proposed improvements, maintenance of traffic, the environmental process, and provide an update on the anticipated project schedule. For those attending in person, an open house will follow where you can review project exhibits and speak directly with the members of the project team. Project information and comment forms will be posted at the website listed on the screen. Please contact Preeti Samra with any comments or questions you may have about the project. Invitations to this meeting were sent to the project stakeholders. We also notified adjacent property owners, attendees who signed in at previous Central Avenue public involvement meetings, and we ran a public notice in the local newspaper. The intent of this meeting is to provide an informal setting to learn about the project, provide an update on the project status, and to provide an opportunity to receive feedback on the project. I will now pass it off to Preeti to discuss the project location, project background, and the purpose and need.
Hi, my name is Preeti Samra, and I'm the Senior Environmental Specialist with American Structure Point. Let's start with the project location for Phase 4. This project is located along Central Avenue, beginning approximately 150 feet east of County Line Road and extending east to the intersection of Brant Street in Porter County, Indiana. Now, let's get into the project background. A Categorical Exclusion Level 3, or CE3, was approved for the overall project on February 27, 2012. Since that approval, the project has been divided into multiple phases for funding purposes, as shown in the table on the slide. I'll walk through each phase in the next few slides. Phase 1 was located from Willowdale Road to Swanson Road and included the replacement of Porter County Bridge 1007. Construction for Phase 1 was completed in October 2025. Phase 2 was located from Brant Street to Willowdale Road and Swanson Road to Peach Street. Construction for Phase 2 was substantially completed in December 2025. Phase 3 is located from Peach Street to Willow Creek Road. To date, no funding has been secured for this portion and schedule information is not available. This project is in regard to Phase 4 of the Central Avenue Roadway Improvement Project, and an additional information, or AI document, is the anticipated National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA, document level, which we will discuss later. Phase 4 of the proposed project is located on Central Avenue, beginning approximately 150 feet east of County Line Road and extending east to the intersection of Brant Street, which is located at the beginning of Phase 2. Currently, this section of Central Avenue has a posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour and consists of two 12-foot wide travel lanes, one eastbound and one westbound, with 3-foot wide paved shoulders. Drainage is conveyed by roadside ditches that are discontinuous or otherwise do not adequately drain the roadway and adjacent right-of-way. The existing right-of-way along this portion of Central Avenue varies, ranging from approximately 25 to 60 feet from the roadway centerline. Now, let's talk about the purpose and need for the project. The primary need for the project, as defined in the 2012 CE, is to provide a safe roadway and a continuous pedestrian network, including sidewalks and American with Disabilities Act or ADA-compliant curb ramps. The existing roadway is deteriorating and does not meet NDOT design standards. In addition, traffic congestion occurs at multiple locations along the corridor, and inadequate drainage infrastructure has resulted in stormwater runoff issues. The lack of sidewalks within the project area, as well as the lack of connectivity between existing sidewalks, requires pedestrians to share the roadway with motor vehicle traffic, which increases the potential for conflicts between pedestrians and motorists. The purpose of the project is to improve inadequate safety conditions for both pedestrians and motorists along the project corridor by improving the deteriorated conditions and reducing congestion along Central Avenue, as well as improving stormwater drainage. Now, I will pass it over to Matt to talk about the preferred alternative.
My name is Matt Oyer, and I'm the lead project engineer with American Structure Point. The preferred alternative would consist of the reconstruction of Central Avenue to include two 12-foot wide travel lanes, curb and gutter, an 8-foot sidewalk along the north side of the roadway, a 5-foot sidewalk along the south side of the roadway, and stormwater improvements. Stormwater would be conveyed through a new enclosed storm sewer system, discharging into the existing storm network at Blake Road along the western portion of the project corridor and into a new stormwater pond along the eastern portion of the corridor. The stormwater pond is currently anticipated for construction across from Willowdale Road at Central Avenue. The existing stormwater pond constructed during Phase 2 of Central Avenue roadway improvements near Willowdale Road may also be expanded to accommodate additional stormwater flow from Phase 4. Additionally, the existing traffic signal at Downby Road would be modified to meet current NDOT standards. An important factor in the project's success is considering maintenance of traffic, or MOT, during construction. The MOT for Phase 4 would consist of the full closure of Central Avenue with detours in place. Construction is anticipated to occur in multiple phases rather than across the entire corridor at once, with closures likely phased between County Line Road and Blake Road and Brown Road and Brant Street. However, the exact limits are still to be determined. Although the roadway would be closed to through traffic, local access would be maintained for residents and businesses throughout construction. The detour route would utilize County Line Road, Stone Avenue, and Willow Creek Road for a total distance of approximately 2.34 miles. The MOT is anticipated to be in place for 12 months. For Phase 4, no pedestrian detour route would be required. It is anticipated Phase 4 would require the acquisition of approximately 2 acres of new permanent right-of-way. Temporary right-of-way for grading purposes would be required as well. No relocations are anticipated for Phase 4. The land acquisition process must follow the Uniform Act of 1970. The Uniform Act of 1970's goal is to ensure fair compensation and assistance for those whose property is acquired for public use. Anyone with property-specific questions is invited to reach out by phone, email, or comment form. This contact information and comment form can be seen on the project website and also at the end of this presentation. After submitting a question, a project representative will then get in touch with you to discuss the question further. I will now hand it over to Josh to talk about the environmental process.
Hello, my name is Josh Iddings and I'm the Environmental Project Manager. You may be wondering what NEPA is and how it relates to what we've been talking about. Well, whenever a project like this one has federal funding, it has to meet the requirements of the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA. NEPA requires that we evaluate how the proposed project could impact the surrounding environment, evaluating both natural environment like waterways, wetlands, and endangered species, and the social environment like historic resources and social and economic factors. These evaluations go into the environmental document that is prepared for this project. As previously mentioned, a CE3 was approved for the overall project on February 27, 2012. Since then, the project has been split into multiple phases. For this project, Phase 4 of the Central Avenue Roadway Improvements Project, an additional information document, or AI, is anticipated. The AI document will address the modifications to the Central Avenue Roadway Improvement Project due to the division of the project in 2 phases for construction. The AI document will be prepared in accordance with state and federal guidelines. For this project, we have completed preliminary coordination with local stakeholders and the public. Additionally, we have completed various field studies to characterize environmental resources within the project area. From these site characterizations, we have developed preliminary impacts to resources and are working on obtaining the necessary approvals following state and federal guidelines. As the project advances, we will continue to provide opportunities to gather additional feedback from the community and public. We are in the process of evaluating our impacts and compiling them into the AI document. We have completed a wetland delineation that identified water resources within the project area for Phase 4. 2 wetlands and 2 streams were identified within the project area. Based on the findings to date, we anticipate Section 401, Section 404 water quality permitting would be required. Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act requires the impacts to the properties listed on or eligible for the listing in the National Register of Historic Places, or the NRHP, are evaluated. It also requires below-ground or archaeological investigations to look for things that people have made, used, or left behind. The scope of Phase 4 is considered minor and exempt from full Section 106 under the Minor Projects Programmatic Agreement, or MPPA. Now let's talk about community involvement, which is where we are currently at in the environmental process. As part of the 2012 CE3, a public information meeting was held in order to introduce the project, outline the project goals, and gain information on the project area from the affected community. Additionally, an opportunity to request a public hearing was offered and then advertised in the local newspaper twice. After the comment review period and upon review and evaluation of public comments, it was determined a public hearing would not be held. An open house was held for the adjacent property owners on April 10, 2023 for Phases 1 and 2. The intent of this meeting was to provide adjacent landowners the opportunity to view project plans and discuss their concerns regarding the proposed land acquisition with the project team. As part of Phase 4 of this project, we have engaged the public through sending out notice of survey letters. Now we are conducting this public information meeting. This important steps let you know why the project is needed, how it functions, and what benefits the project offers, but it's also about gathering input directly from you. This is your community, and we understand the importance of this project fitting in with it. Because of this, we want to gather your input on anything you like or may still have concerns about for this project. Now let's review the anticipated project schedule. After this public information meeting and comment period, a draft environmental document will be completed and finalized in the summer of 2027. Right-of-way acquisition will begin in the spring of 2027 and will continue through the spring of 2028. Letting for the project is anticipated in fall of 2028. Construction is anticipated to begin in spring of 2029 and continue to winter of 2029. I will now pass it back to the Mayor of Portage to conclude the presentation portions of today's meeting.
Thanks, Josh. Your comments are important to the City of Portage, the project team, and the development process. This is your community, and we value your input. You can submit your comments via mail or email. A comment form is also available for in-person attendees at the sign-in table. Additionally, comments can be submitted directly on the project website. Please submit your comments by the date listed on the screen. If you are attending this meeting in person, please feel free to view the exhibits and ask the project team any questions you may have. These same exhibits and handouts from this meeting are also available online at the project website. Thank you for being a part of the public involvement process.
Of the project. The rest of it is an open house. So if we've got 2 information stations set up with project members from Structure Point and the city here to help answer questions. If you've got any questions or feedback you want to give us, head over to one of the information stations and we can help you out. We are accepting comments through the 29th of July, so 30 days from today. And like I said in the presentation, the best way to get to finding this information, as well as if you want to rewatch the presentation or get more specific information about one of the slides, is to go to the project website. With that, we'll conclude the meeting and open the open house. So, thank you.